Hey, what up everyone? I'm Fallout, welcome to my channel, and this is part 2 in my 3-part series on how to breed and raise the strongest possible Pokemon in Sun and Moon. In this video, we're going to be talking about something called EVs, which is short for effort values. If you've heard the term EVs before, but you're not really sure what they mean, then you've come to the right place. I'm going to explain what they are, and then I'm going to explain the best way to do what's called EV training to make your Pokemon even stronger. Okay, so EVs, aka effort values. Simply put, EVs are a way for you to have some control over which of your Pokemon's stats you'd like to make even stronger. Here's how it works. Every time your Pokemon defeats an enemy Pokemon in battle, either in the wild or in a trainer battle, your Pokemon earns effort value points. The amount and the type that you earn depends on the Pokemon that you've beaten. There are 6 types of effort value points, one for each possible stat that your Pokemon has. Hit points, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. Let's take attack for example. Now Spinarak is a Pokemon that, when defeated, gives your Pokemon 1 effort value point in attack. 4 effort value points equals 1 stat point, meaning that if, for example, you had a Garchomp that beat 4 Spinaraks out in the wild, you have earned 4 EV points for attack, 1 for each Spinarak, which means that your Garchomp will now gain 1 extra stat point for attack. 4 effort value points of the same type equals 1 extra stat point for your Pokemon. It's important to know that the amount of effort value points your Pokemon can earn is limited. The most any Pokemon can ever earn is 510. You should also know that not all your EV points can be put into one stat, meaning that if I wanted to EV train my Garchomp, I can't put all 510 of its effort value points into attack. The highest amount of EVs you can put into one stat is 255. But because 4 EVs equals 1 stat point, most players only go up to 252 because that evenly divides by 4. Since the most you can earn is 510, you usually see people beginning EV training building their Pokemon this way. 252 EV points for one stat, 252 for another, and then the remaining minor EV points being put into a third stat. Continuing with Garchomp as my example, its stats that I care the most about are its great speed and its great attack. I want to make those even better, so when I breed my level 1 Gible, I'm going to EV train it in both attack and speed only, to make sure that it's as fast and as hard-hitting as it can possibly be. So now that you know what EVs are, what's the best way to go about EV training your Pokemon? Well, let's start off with this, an easy cheat sheet of Pokemon you can fight in Sun and Moon that give you 1 EV point for each possible stat. For example, I want to EV train my Gible in speed, so I'm going to fight Zubats. But fighting 252 Zubats would take forever and be a pain in the butt, so here's how to make it go faster. Step 1. Turn on the experience share. As long as you have this item turned on, all Pokemon in your party will earn EV points even if they're not actually engaged in the battle. So, if my Decidueye beats this Zubat, then my Gible has earned 1 EV point, thanks to the experience share. Step 2. I have equipped my Gible with one of the 6 available power items that exist in the game, 1 for each stat. These items can be bought at the Battle Royale Dome, and making your Pokemon hold them increases their EV gain by an additional 8 points after every Pokemon in the wild that you beat. For example, with my Gible holding the Power Anklet, which gives you plus 8 speed EVs, my Decidueye goes out and beats 1 Zubat. Gible now earns 9 EV points for speed, 1 for the Zubat that was beaten, and an extra 8 from holding the Power Anklet. Again, this is only if the experience share item is turned on. So, earning 9 speed EVs from beating every Zubat is pretty cool, but we can take that even further with SOS Battle Chaining, aka when you're fighting a wild Pokemon and it calls for help. When the Pokemon you're fighting calls for help and a new one pops in, beating that brand new one doubles your EV point gain. So, if my Decidueye beats this Zubat, the one that came in to help, my Gible will get 18 EV points. 1 from beating a Zubat, 8 from wearing the Power Anklet, and then we double that because it's an SOS Pokemon, and you get 18. If the Pokemon you're EV training is lucky enough to be infected with Pokerus, then this will double your EV point gain again. That means that beating just that one Zubat that was called in to help would give my Gible a grand total of 36 EV points for speed. Not bad. Not everyone can be lucky enough to find the Pokerus Infection out in the wild. It's pretty rare, but even without it, the experience share and the 6 power items can help you a ton with your EV training. Make sure to grab all those items and you'll be well on your way to raising the strongest possible Pokemon. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. Please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. This is a 3-part series, so be sure to check out parts 1 and 3 as well. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch to watch me play live and check the video description for links to even more stuff. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.